everyone. Welcome to Islands Wednesday.
Hey, everyone. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. We are on location. We're not in our studio. We're in our temporary studio. We're in Orlando right now. Tell them what we're doing.
We're at the Florida Fraternal Order Police Conference, state Florida conference, and we are a vendor. We have a booth here, so it's very exciting.
You see some of the booths set up back here. There's lots of stuff. All the cruise lines and all our partners that we work with are all set up. It's been really exciting, really great conference in Orlando, downtown Orlando.
Yep.
So yeah, amazing. What else we got?
The
drink of the week.
Yeah, you can.
So if you hadn't seen it yet, take a look at our drink of the week. It is the Caribbean Mule. The Caribbean Mule. Thanks to Royal Caribbean, Icon of the Seas. We have to give them another shout out. We did several drinks from there. It is a really good one, and the bartender was amazing. If you go on there, you'll see who it is. Here it is, Caribbean Mule. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is our version. Not quite as good, but it is made with vodka, ginger beer, coconut syrup, lime, and mint. So it is a Caribbean Mule. So check it out. I really do like this drink, and I like Maha, who was the bartender there from Indonesia. And a little shout out to the casino on Icon. It's probably the largest casino at sea that we've ever seen. So, and we really love that casino, the way it was laid out in the bar, but you got to go see it. There's a few pictures in there to throw out there about the brand new Icon of the Sea, world's largest cruise ship. There you go. Icon of the Seas. Okay.
So I think if you did not see us, go over and watch a little live that we did for you on Monday. I believe it was Monday. We went over to Tampa Port to take a look at the new Margaritaville ship, the Islander. It's going to start, I believe, this weekend for its sailings out of there. Right now, it's got press on it, and we do have Dan Klein from the street and also Come Cruise With Me. He is on it, so he's going to be giving us some feedback. What he's been telling us so far, it's pretty good. Nice ship, good food, all kinds of stuff. So we're hoping to have a little bit more when we can actually speak with him, because he is still on the ship. So, and it was purchased from Carnival. Dennis has a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it was purchased from Carnival Corporation. As you see, that ship. So right away when Amy and I saw it, we said, oh, that's a Costa ship. Sure enough, it was a Costa ship, but it was also a Carnival Corporation ship. And some of the other brands that Carnival has, they build the same or similar ship. This is a Spirit class ship. If you've been on Carnival Pride, Spirit, or Legend, that's the ship. It's 85,000 tons. It is an amazing ship. It's got in the back, there's two little stacks behind the smokestack. That's where the water slides are for the kids and adults too. But this is a great ship. We haven't been on it. We've been to it. We've looked at it. We know what it is. And Dan is on there now, and he said, totally redone inside. Great job. Everything has been great. He's out at sea right now. So, and
so we'll have some more of that for you.
It'll be a Tampa option. Oh, the ports.
Yeah.
So Progreso, Mexico, Key West. So several ports that it's going to be doing from Tampa, which is just another option for people. Yeah. Short getaways, something different. They have a drink package you can purchase, an all-inclusive drink package. So yeah, make for a fun few days, 3 and 4 day cruises. We are already
4 and 5.
Oh, 4 and 5 too? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So great. All right, there you go.
That's more to come about that. We'll put some more out about it.
Yeah, we're going to be working with them. We're trying to get some pricing for our Come Cruise With Me group and get some special pricing that you can only get here with us through PostCard Travel and Come Cruise With Me. So make sure you sign up for that. Okay. What else we got? Oh, let's talk about, we have to go bad, a little bit bad, not really bad, but it is, it makes people uncomfortable. So we want to talk about it. So Royal Caribbean's Radiant ship last month was in Vancouver, and supposedly there were 75 people got off that were sick. They had stomach bug is what they had, which was saying the Norwalk virus. That I don't have the confirmed on that, but if you do the math on that, that's about 2%. It's very low. I mean, any given time, you can go anywhere, any mall, anywhere is big. Somebody's going to not feel well. So what we've turned a really, really big corner since COVID with hotels and restaurants, and of course, especially cruise ships, because they're the ones that are doing the most. Airlines are as well. So they had gotten off a flight and people had complained, and airlines sanitized the planes. Took a little extra time to make sure they took care of that. But so on something like this, Amy talks about this all the time. We have been very fortunate, as much travel as we do. But what do you always carry?
Hand sanitizer. Always. Yeah.
And then we
And I
give a
was gonna
shout
say
out
it's
to
just not the
Pharrell.
ships. I mean, we've been in Orlando. We're staying at a hotel. We'll leave the name out for now. But we had to switch rooms when we checked in
See,
because
hand sanitize.
Dennis said right away it smelled musty, and then we had left and come back, and then I was starting to get congested, and we found mold. So we ended up having to move rooms. So it's not just it's everywhere you go.
Mhm.
So
So
you know,
so what happened actually to the room? It appears that the floor above, somebody must have flooded the bathroom, and the water seeped down through into the room. And I noticed that the ceiling was sagging, and I touched it, and it was damp. And in one area where there was black,
yeah, it was
where
all
it's
moldy.
definitely mold.
Yeah.
So with that
And I
said,
could tell you right away because I started.
good hotel,
Mm.
just it suffered a
No, I'm just proving that
yeah.
it's not just things that happen on cruise ships.
That's
It's
a great
happening
point.
everywhere. So it's everywhere we go.
You have to take your own precautions on things. If something doesn't smell right, something doesn't feel right in the room,
Yeah.
change it. Say it doesn't matter, and we'll get away from cruise ships. But that's no matter where you go, what you do. Same thing in restaurants. But we walked out of a restaurant the other day that was not serving us,
Mhm.
but their bar was covered with drinks, and it was sticky, and they didn't clean up. And we're like, it's not going to get better from here. This is what we see. We don't know what we see. We walked out of the restaurant. We didn't go back. We went to another restaurant. But this is it. And also wash your hands. Every chance you get, wash your hands. We walk in the room, we go in and wash our hands. We leave, we wash our hands. Before we eat, we wash our hands, and we've
Right.
been very
Well,
fortunate.
and too, when you're in the buffets, yes, they do washy when you come in. However, Dennis had asked me a couple cruises ago, why are you hand sanitizing again before you eat? Well, because I just went and touched all the same serving stuff that everybody else did,
Yeah, it's really
and
smart.
half the people don't really wash their hands right. So I always serve myself and then hand sanitize before I eat. So that's just what I do.
So
Maybe I'm just a little crazy, but
so we're gonna use
Oh,
that as our
goodness.
cruise rules tonight. Because I
Yeah.
had something else. I wanna emphasize that because this is very important for people who travel. So Amy is right on this. I never thought of that until she said that. So cruise rules: wash your hands and sanitize. It's not about you; it's about everybody else.
Mhm.
And
Right before you
do
eat.
not touch your face or lick your hands or eat the food at the bar. She talked about that. But this is with the utensils. Do not do that. That's not fair to other people. Wash your hands before you go in. You go eat restaurant, whatever it is. Don't be touching other utensils that people are going to use at buffets and stuff. And then rub your nose and
Well,
all that
it's the
stuff.
thing. It's anywhere. We go to Biloxi and we go to the hotels there in buffet. You're not washing your hands before you touch all those utensils. The cruise ships, kind of really push everybody to do it. But in any of the buffets that we go to at those hotels, there's no hand washing before you go in. So I always, after touching any of that stuff, wash my hands.
Never know what she's touching, so you got to
Mhm.
wash your
That's
hands.
true.
Well, listen, that's the cruise rules, okay? If you go to a
Wash
buffet,
your
you're on it.
hands.
Yep, cruise rules. Wash your
Washy-washy.
hands and do not touch your face. Do
Or
not eat
hand
food,
sanitize.
and do you touch the utensils. If you're like us, go ahead and sanitize right after you get all your food. You won't have any issues.
Well, I'm just
So
a little crazy. So
I work with a friend of mine, Roger. He was actually a boss for quite some time. His big thing during COVID was this: the single greatest thing you can do is take this with you and wash your hands and do this. He is absolutely right. We do that anyway,
speaking
but
of that,
that's somebody else, not a cruiser, that says that's
Yeah.
what you need to be doing. And sure enough, you will stay healthy.
Mhm.
The CDC is right. The health officials are right. Wash your hands. Do this. Keep your hands out of your face. I touch my face all the time.
Mhm.
So, anyways, I got to do it. All right. So moving on. So anyway, Royal Caribbean. That's not unique to Royal Caribbean. It's unique to none. Everybody can have it. Hospitals, schools. You can have it at a hotel.
Yeah.
You can have it at home. You can have it there. Just want to bring it out there. Yes, it is uncomfortable and it doesn't make for a good cruise when you don't feel good, but it's very rare for the
Yeah.
amount of people. So anyway, good job, Royal Caribbean, because they took actions right away to make sure that everything was clean and sanitized. So most of it's passed through fruit. I don't know if you know that, fruit and vegetables and stuff like that. So it's not like being dirty. It's
Mhm.
passed through.
Well, sometimes you can't help it, even though you
Mhm.
take all the precautions. If the salad has something on it or something, it's just it happens. So
Right. And that's
It
a good
happens.
point, because it's not just that they're
No, it's
dirty.
not
It's
just
not,
about
they're not dirty.
cleanliness.
They're clean.
yeah,
That is passed in through vegetables and stuff like that, or even
Yeah.
washed, but just can't. So wash your hands off and sanitize. There you go. Some great news. And you know what? Have a drink of the week every now and then. You drink enough drinks of the week every now and then,
Yeah.
don't worry.
All
Okay.
right. So just a little news. P&O, not sure if many of you have heard about that. They are shutting down for 2 weeks. They're going to be selling everything to Carnival. And so they're going to update all the tech stuff according to what Carnival does on their websites and stuff. So just a little side note on that. If you see that, if you start seeing things about P&O. I do want to talk a little bit about, I know there's a lot of rain going on down in Miami. Flights are getting canceled. Things are flooded. So hang on, people that are down there that are traveling. I know we have an agent, Lisa. Her and her husband were trying to get to Vegas, and they've been canceled, delayed for 2 days. So they're probably not going to end up going. But if you're down there, hopefully you can get out and things aren't crazy. And the ships too, because it's a little rocky probably going in and out of there with all this rain. So just be patient. Remember, pack your patience. Pack your patience when you're traveling.
Yeah, and watch the weather. They're pretty good
Yeah.
at forecasting.
Well,
predicting.
it's going to cause a domino effect if people can't get in for cruises that will be leaving. Luckily, today is Wednesday. Well, people will be leaving tomorrow for Thursday if they're flying in. So it may cause a big rippling effect for the cruise lines. So just keep an eye on that.
Yep. Some other news. So we talked about this before. We did a segment on it. Shoreline power, we call it in Coast Guard, at the docks. So cruise ships, a lot of times they kept their generators running, keeping power on the cruise ships. Well, it's a big push. And you remember we did it back in the COVID times, right after coming out of COVID. A lot of ports, Vancouver and stuff, they were going to shoreline power. Very hard to do. It's not easy to do, but they plugged the cruise ships into shoreline power so that it's less emissions coming off a cruise ship because it's not running. They just run off electric and keep the ship powered up, and it's really smart. But Seattle's kicked it in high gear, so if you go out of Seattle soon, they're going to be all connecting to shoreline power. It's good for the environment, right?
Yeah.
It's a way to do that, and it saves on fuel and cost for the cruise ships. Although I do got to pay for power, but it's going to save a little bit on the running the engines side. What else?
All right, so let's talk about again a little bit about some upcoming groups that we have. Don't forget that I did post. I have pinned it at the top of both travel. I'm sorry, not both travel pages. Postcard Travel Planning and my personal page. I will be posting it and pinning it to Dennis's as well. It's a link to all of our groups that we have. Not just groups, but just special pricing on some ships. So make sure that you take a look at that. You can see, well, Dennis's head's kind of in the way. Our first responder cruise, we have a nice poster that we've made with a QR code. I can never say that right. So we'll be putting that up on Facebook as well. You can go in and see the link and book your cabin. Prices have already gone up $400. They're just going to keep going up. So if you have not booked that first responder cruise for March, please make sure you do. You do not have to be a first responder to go. Anyone can go. It's just the name of the group that we have. We will be doing some parties and things circled or in. What's the word I'm looking for? Honoring
recognizing
first responders. So, all right.
So that all represents corrections, police officers, firefighters, teachers, nurses, doctors, EMS personnel, and several others.
Dispatchers. Yeah.
Anybody that's serving our community on a daily basis. And also, there's a lot of people that book because they just want to go with that group and they want to honor them because they get to go to our cocktail parties, all of our pub crawls, all of our events that we have on there. Everybody's welcome. You just got to be supportive of our military personnel and, of course, the first responders and thanking them. And we just have a great time, and it's good people. So, but listen to what she said. Those prices are going to continue to go up. Last year, we had a bunch of people couldn't go because it sold out. And the prices are going to steadily go up. So right now, it's over $400 cheaper right now than anybody can book it, even us. So we have this rate held. So jump on it if you want to. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no, I just want to talk about the stocks. Norwegian closed at $18.07. Carnival $16.72. Royal Caribbean $157.48. They're still holding strong. Just a little bit. Airline Spirit has dropped to $353, and JetBlue $572. Southwest $28.65, and Delta $50.84. So yeah. So still, I mean, again, I always say this. stocks are holding steady depending on when you purchase them. We purchased low, so we're doing pretty good with the cruise line stocks.
So while she's on the airline, so a couple things. British Airways had a flight from England all the way over to Houston, Texas, made it to Canada, turned around, went all the way back. 9-hour flight it ended up being, and some people were very aggravated, frustrated, had anxiety, whatever. They don't know why. They had some technical issues, so they went all the way back to England instead of landing in Canada or the U.S., which is a short. They're trying to explain it. I have not seen a good explanation for it. So just so you know, that's out there. Good airline, so I'm not taking away from that. Southwest Airlines, a CNN report. They said an activist billionaire put up 1.9 billion. It's a corporation. They call for a change in the management, thinking that Southwest Airlines is stuck in their old ways and schools and they're losing money. So this article's out there. You can look at it, just quoting part of it. The other thing is they talked about Boeing. They have Boeing airplanes, and they're only getting 20 of 79 they ordered, which is also hurting the company. They don't want to switch airlines. They're just stuck in their old ways about how you don't get a ticket for the seat. You have to get in line by sections, and then you get on, and then that's the whole debacle we talked about. Great airline. We do like them. We like their staff, their excellence. So yeah. But anyway, that's the airline news. Last thing we had, two really positive things. Australia, record number of bookings for Australia 2024 for cruises. Yeah. Travel Australia is on fire.
Yeah.
Also, Cunard, a record sales with the Queen Anne debut. Record sales for them as well. And we've been talking about this, record sales and travel. It's not just about them. So, okay. So there you have it.
Yep.
We got it all. Did we forget anything?
Nope. We are heading off to a banquet here at the FOP. Like I said in the beginning, if you're just kind of coming on, we are vendors at the Fraternal Order of Police. It's their conference going on. And so we are just giving thanks and thanking them by doing vendor booths here to give back to the first responders.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. So we're heading off to that.
What else or something else?
Is there anything else?
The joke of the week.
Oh, how could I forget the joke of the week? It really wasn't on purpose, even though
the nerve of this guy. The nerve of this guy. So I went into a famous suit shop to get a tuxedo, look at suits. I went in and this tuxedo salesman's hanging all over the top of me. Finally, I said, dude, you need to get off me. The guy responded and said, fine, suit yourself. So I suited myself. I don't need him hanging all over me.
I don't know where you
That's
get
a good
these
one.
jokes.
That's
I
a great one.
I don't even know.
That's a great one.
I don't even know where you get
it.
these jokes.
I've only had one of the
I don't even know where you get
Caribbean
these jokes,
mules.
okay.
So try the Caribbean mule. We appreciate you guys out there. If you're booking travel, which we have a lot of people asking us here, if you're going to Alaska, you need to be booking now. People come up to us, oh, Alaska next year. No, it's not next year. It is now, today.
Yeah.
Because they will sell out all the good cabins. The prices are going up. That's just right. And then you can get some fall travel now, some good pricing.
Yep.
We recommend that. We recommend
couple things. Not really June and July, but some September and on. There are a few things left in June and July, but you're going to pay for them if you're going to go last minute. But if you got something in mind, let's get it booked ASAP. So, all right, guys, we'll have a wonderful evening, rest of your week and weekend, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Yep, and watch for Margaritaville. We're working with them on some special pricing. Dan from Come Cruise With Me, and we're trying to get something out there. We'll take a look at that because that may be a fun little getaway, doing something different on Margaritaville.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Yep. Okay.
All right, guys, have a great rest of your week again and a great weekend.
We'll see you Wednesday.
See you next week.
Let us know.
Bye, guys.